talk to you. My name is Cecily Cardew.
Cecily Cardew. What a very sweet name. Something tells me we're going to be great friends.
Oh.
I like you already more than I can say. My first impressions of people are never wrong.
Oh, how nice of you to like me so much after we have known each other such a comparatively short time. Oh, pray sit down.
Oh. I may call you Cecily, may I not?
With pleasure.
And you will always call me Gwendolyn, won't you?
If you wish.
And that is all quite settled, is it not?
I hope so.
Perhaps this might be a favorable opportunity for my mentioning who I am. My father is Lord Bracknell. You've heard of Papa, I suppose?
I don't think so.
Outside the family circle, Papa, I am glad to say, is entirely unknown. I think that is quite as it should be. The home seems to be the proper sphere for a man. Indeed, once a man begins to neglect his domestic duties, he becomes painfully effeminate, does he not? And I don't like that. It makes men so very attractive. Oh, Cecily, Mama, whose views on education are remarkably strict, has raised me to be extremely short-sighted. It is part of her system. So would you mind my looking at you through my glasses?
Oh, not at all, Gwendolyn. I am very fond of being looked at.
You are here on a short visit, I suppose?
Oh no, I live here.
Oh, really? Your mother, no doubt, or some female relation of advanced years, resides here also?
Oh no, I have no mother, nor in fact any relations.
Indeed.
My dear guardian, with the assistance of Miss Prism, has the arduous task of looking after me.
Oh, your guardian?
Yes, I am Mr. Worthing's ward.
Oh, Mr. Worthing never mentioned to me that he had a ward. How secretive of him. He grows more interesting hourly. Cecily, I have liked you since the moment I met you. But now that I know that you're Mr. Worthing's ward, I can't help expressing a wish that you were, well, just a little older than you seem to be. And not quite so very alluring in appearance. In fact, if I may speak candidly.
Pray do. I think that whenever anyone has anything unpleasant to say, one should always be quite candid.
Well, to speak with perfect candor, Cecily, I wish that you were fully 42 and more than usually plain for your age. Earnest is the very soul of truth and honor. Disloyalty would be as foreign to him as deception. But even men of the noblest possible moral character are extremely susceptible to the influence of the physical charms of others. Modern, no less than ancient history supplies us with many most painful examples of what I refer to. If it were not so, indeed, history would be most unreadable.
I beg your pardon, Gwendolyn. Did you say Ernest?
Yes.
Oh, but it is not Mr. Ernest Worthing who is my guardian. It is his brother, his elder brother.
Oh, Ernest never mentioned to me that he had a brother.
I'm afraid they have not been on good terms for a long time.
Oh, That accounts for it. Now that I think of it, I don't think I've ever heard any man mention his brother. The subject seems distasteful to most men. Cecily, you have lifted a load from my mind. I was growing almost anxious. It would have been terrible if a cloud had come across a friendship such as ours, would it not? Of course, you are quite sure that it is not Mr. Ernest Worthing who is your guardian.
Quite sure. In fact, I am going to be his.
I beg your pardon.
Oh, my dearest Gwendolyn, there is no reason why I should make a secret of it to you. Our little county newspaper is sure to chronicle the fact next week. Mr. Ernest Worthing and I are engaged to be married.
Oh, my darling Cecily, there seems to be some slight error. You see, Mr. Ernest Worthing is engaged to me. The news will appear in the Morning Post on Saturday at the latest.
Oh, I'm afraid you must be under some misconception. Ernest proposed to me exactly 10 minutes ago.
Oh, well, that certainly is very curious, Cecily, for he asked me to be his wife yesterday afternoon at 5:30. If you would care to verify the incident, pray do so. I never travel without my diary. One must always have something sensational to read on the train. I am so sorry, dear Cecily, if it is any disappointment to you. But I'm afraid I have the prior claim.
Oh, it would distress me more than I can tell you, dear Gwendolyn, if it caused you any mental or physical anguish. But I feel bound to point out that since Ernest proposed to you, he clearly has changed his mind.
If the poor fellow has been entrapped into any foolish promise, I shall consider it my duty to rescue him at once and with a firm hand.
Whatever unfortunate entanglement my dear boy may have got into, I will never reproach him with it after we are married.
Do you refer to me, Miss Cardew, as an entanglement? You are presumptuous. On an occasion of this kind, it becomes more than a moral duty to speak one's mind. It becomes a pleasure.
Oh, do you suggest, Miss Fairfax, that I entrapped Ernest into an engagement? How dare you? Now is not the time to wear the shallow mask of manners. When I see a spade, I call it a spade.
I am glad to say I have never seen a spade. It becomes obvious that our social spheres have been widely different. Are there many interesting walks in the vicinity, Miss Cardew?
Oh yes, a great many. From the tops of one of the hills, quite close, one can see 5 counties.
5 counties? I don't think I should like that. I detest crowds.
I suppose that is why you live in town.
Quite a well-kept garden this is, Miss Cardew.
So glad you like it, Miss Fairfax.
I had no idea there were any flowers in the country.
Oh, flowers are as common here, Miss Fairfax, as people are in London.
Personally, I don't understand how anybody manages to exist in the country, if anybody who's anybody does. The country always bores me to death.
Ah, this is what the newspapers are calling agricultural depression, is it not? I hear the aristocracy are suffering very much from it just at present. It is almost an epidemic amongst them, I have been told. May I offer you some tea, Miss Fairfax?
Thank you. Detestable girl. But I require tea.
Sugar?
No, thank you. Sugar is not fashionable anymore.
Cake or bread and butter?
Bread and butter. Cake is rarely seen at the best houses nowadays. You have filled my tea with lumps of sugar, and though I have asked most distinctly for bread and butter, you have given me cake. I am known for the extraordinary sweetness of my nature and the gentleness of my disposition. But I warn you, Miss Cardew, you may go too far.
To save my poor, innocent, trusting boy from the machinations of any other girl, there are no lengths to which I would not go.
I despised you from the moment I saw you. I felt you were false and deceitful. My first impressions of people are invariably right.
It seems to me, Miss Fairfax, that I am trespassing on your most valuable time. No doubt you have many other calls of a similar character to make in the neighborhood.
Joe.
You antsy about something? You know, ever since you dropped your novel and took up art, you seem much more moody to me.
I haven't dropped my novel. I set it aside to let the ideas solidify.
Well, since you set it aside then, you seem much more moody to me.
I don't think I am.
I do. I think you are.
Nettie Joe, hold still.
Don't you want me to be evanescent?
Not tonight.
And that's the way I feel tonight.
You look very pretty.
Thank you.
Don't smile.
So how's your new art teacher?
I stopped going to him.
Stop going to this one too? Why?
He was talking more than he was teaching.
So who are you going to go see now?
Nobody for a while. I thought I'd work on my own. Nettie Joe, will you hold still? I wish you'd have your hair cut. All I can see is hair.
Most people like it long. Mother could sit on hers. I've got a picture of her doing it, staring up into a sterling silver hand mirror.
Come on now, Nettie Joe.
How many art teachers have you been to?
What difference does it make?
2 or 3 anyway.
What difference does it make? None of them fit the bill. I don't either, I guess. Nettie Joe, hold still! When I first start going to them, they all think I'm wonderful. They say how expressive and sensitive and all that. Then I just get so bugged, I freeze up and I get just horrible. And I stay horrible, and I tell myself I'm not doing it for them. Alright, so I'm horrible now. If I was good once, I'll be good again. But I'm not. Oh, well, I'm just going to have to keep working harder, that's all. Keep working is the important thing.
I wish you'd date more.
I've told you 1,000 times, those TD Hackemeyer boys don't interest me.
You never give yourself the chance to meet anyone else. And then when you do, you never date them more than once. I wish I had a nickel for every boy I've had Tommy bring up here that you'd give thumbs down on.
Nettie Joe, stop talking like my mother!
I just think you work too hard.
And I just think you're just breezing along with the breeze, aren't you, Nettie Joe? Just letting the rest of the world go by?
I might as well. I certainly can't change it.
You go right down the years, sitting on your one spot. You sit on your one spot at the office. You sit on your one spot in your folks' split-level ranch house. You have no outside interests other than men. No hobbies, handicrafts, or sports. No religious convictions or philosophical leanings. Just sitting. One spot in Nettie Joe Repult, the girl who never gets offered behind.
Correct, Phoebe. And I'm having a grand time doing it.
You live a day at a time with never a passing thought for tomorrow or the day after.
Correct, Phoebe.
And what beats me is you're satisfied.
I don't have any ambition.
That's the kind. Sails right to the top like a gas balloon.
What do you want me to do?
I don't know. But there's something wrong about being so satisfied with everything the way it is and going along with the crowd. You have to gain special recognition in some way. In some way, Nettie Joe, or else you'll wind up nothing, a non-entity, another face in the crowd. And that's like being dead. Do you want to wind up dead without one person to remember your name?
If I'm dead, what do I care if anyone remembers my name? And besides, I've got enough to keep in mind without worrying whether I'm leaving some mark I won't even be able to look at. Anyway, what's wrong with being another face in the crowd?
It's death in life, that's what. It's walking through the world without touching a thing. It's blending in instead of sticking out. And God knows folks try to push you into the wallpaper from the minute you're born. Starting with your family. She gets this from so-and-so, that from somebody else. Eyes, ears, character, bad habits, good habits. And just when you think you finally got something on your own, sure as Christmas, somebody comes along and says, oh, isn't that exactly like Uncle Whatchamacallit? There you are, like tighter than a Chinese puzzle, not knowing where one person ends and the others begin. Then your mom starts saying, why aren't you more like people your own age? Why don't you join a sorority, a club, go to dances?
Did you ever do any of those things, Phoebe?
No,
Why?
I didn't want to. Funny thing is, if I had gone along with the rest, I would have been last in line.
Why?
They weren't interested in me, and I wasn't interested in them. It was like they had something extra, a gift I didn't have, and it made me feel cut off.
What gift was that?
The gift of ease, of comradeship, of belonging to something.
Phoebe, I'm not sure if you realize this, but you just contradicted yourself.
How? I didn't.
You just said the last thing you wanted was to be part of a group.
And I meant it. But a person can be momentarily seduced by the idea of something they think is wrong.
Phoebe, do you want to be like me?
Like you? Like you, Nettie Joe? Nettie Joe, like you? Why, Nettie Joe, you're the last person to step on grass I'd want to be like. I'd take a flying leap of anything high enough if I thought I was approaching anything being like you.
If that's the case, it makes me wonder sometimes why I'm your only friend.
You're not.
Who else do you see?
I live in the same apartment building with you. I couldn't get away from you if I tried.
You haven't tried very hard. In fact, it's just the opposite. Every hour, day or night, you call me up here on any pretext other than just to visit. I don't know why sometimes you can't just admit it. You just want to visit.
Well, I'm admitting now that I'm going to avoid you from now on like the bubonic plague.
All right, but let me say something. For my money and for all your talking, you're not much farther along than me.
I'm not, huh? I'm not.
No.
All that proves is that you're blind in one eye and can't see good out the other.
And you can see just fine out of both of yours, I suppose.
At least I used mine for something besides Maybelline.
Maybe. But 2 years ago, you said that...
2 years ago?
Yes, Phoebe. 2 years ago. We met 2 years ago.
What month is this?
June.
I thought it was the tag end of May.
No, it's the 2nd of June. And you were doing all that talk about how love and career were God's answer to 100 proof bourbon. And I thought it was a fine idea, I still do. But what have you done?
What do you mean, what have I done?
What have you got to show for 2 years other than a stab at a novel and a few weeks of art school? What have you settled on?
I've settled on painting.
With writing on the side and music in the background. Well, I'm sorry, baby, but I don't see how your doing gives you any right to criticize my sitting. Because from where I'm sitting, your doing don't look like much. Baby, I didn't mean to say all of that.
Never mind, Nettie Joe.
When you jumped on me with all fours, you got my back up.
I don't blame you.
Baby, I'm worried about you.
Well, don't be.
The truth of it is, I'll be leaving soon.
Leaving?
Tommy's asked me to marry him, and I'm going to.
Married? Daddy Joe, how wonderful! When did it happen?
Last night, I was so bowled over. He's always been the one I wanted, but I was afraid I wasn't the one he wanted.
Oh, Daddy Joe, how wonderful. He's a very nice boy.
Yes, I think so.
Where will you live?
He's had a very nice job offered to him out in LA, so we'll be moving up there.
Soon, you say?
In about a month. That'll give us enough time to quit our jobs, say goodbye to that place, get ready.
Oh. Oh, Daddy Joe. It's wonderful.
I wish you were coming to California with us.
Daddy Joe, stop.
No, really, we could all rent an apartment together.
Now, wouldn't that be fun?
It would, and I know Tommy wouldn't mind.
You ought to try asking him.
I have, and he thinks it's a wonderful idea.
Daddy Joe.
I think a change of scenery might do you some good.
Well, thanks, Daddy Joe, but
My thought is that fresh scenery and fresh faces might give you something to settle on, and I would certainly worry less about you. Will you think about it?
What?
I say, will you think about it?
Yes, I'll think about it.
Well, I'll be going now. I'll come back right after I come back if it's not too late.
Bye, Daddy Joe. Years? That's 360 odd days times 2? And how many hours and how many minutes and how many seconds? God, what have I been doing all this time? Oh, you must have put me in a trance. I've been so dogged by time, all I've been doing is let me go by. I've been here 2 years. People ask me what my interests are, and I tell them I'm a writer-pianist, or a pianist-writer, or a pianist-painter, or a writing, piano-playing painter, when all I really am is a 9-to-5 worker at TD Hackemeyer's with an unfinished novel, a growing sketchbook, and an apartment that's driving me stark-staring crazy. I need somebody! Somebody for me! If I had somebody, I'd know what to do and how to do it. Whoa, what do you want, Miss Peavy? I want a man in the image of God! Isn't that what you're supposed to be producing? Then produce him, goddammit! If I'm my own worst enemy, make me not my own worst enemy. I have strings attached, and they tie me in knots.
Where's all the furniture, honey?
They took it away, no installments paid.
When?
3 o'clock.
But they can't do that.
Can't. They did.
Why, the Palookas, we paid 3/4.
The man said read the contract.
Well, we must have signed a phony.
It's a regular contract and you signed it.
Don't be so sour.
I would do it in the movies, Joe. I pay Clark Gable big money for it.
This is a hell of a house to come home to, take my word.
Take my word, whose fault is it?
Once you start that stuff again,
Or maybe you'd like to talk about books?
I'd like to slap you in the mouth.
No, you won't.
Jeez, Edna, you get me sore sometimes.
Well, just look at me, I'm laughing all over.
Don't insult me. Is it my fault times are bad?
Shh! Don't yell, I've just put the kids to bed so they don't go get missed a meal. If I don't have any shoes sold tomorrow, she can't go to school. In the meantime, just let them sleep.
Honey, I rode the wheels off the chariot today. I cruised around for 5 hours without a call. It's conditions.
Tell it to the AMP.
I put 2:20 on the clock. A lady with the dog was lit. She gave me a quarter tip by mistake. If you only listened to me, we're rolling in wealth.
Yeah, how much?
And a coffee and in a beanery. $1.04.
The second month's rent is due tomorrow.
Don't look at me that way, Edna.
I'm looking through you, not at you. Everything was gonna be so ducky. A college by the waterfall, roses and Bacardi. You're a 4-star bust. And if you think that I'm standing for it much longer, you're as crazy as a bedbug.
I'd get another job if I could. But there's no work, you know it.
I only know we're at the bottom of the ocean.
What can I do?
Well, who's the man in the family, you or me?
That's no answer. Get down to brass tacks. Christ. Give me a break too. I'm hungry. A coffee and a job all day? You know, I'd work my fingers to the bone if there was another job out there.
I'll open up a can of salmon.
Not now. Just tell me what to do.
I'm not God.
Jeez, I wish I was a kid again. Didn't have to think about the next minute.
But you're not a kid. And you do have to think about the next minute. You've got 2 blondie kids sleeping in the next room and they need food and clothes. I'm not mentioning anything else, but we're starved like a flivver in the snow. For 5 years, I laid awake at night listening to my heart pound. For God's sake, Joe, do something. Do something, get wise. Maybe get some of your buddies together and go on strike. For better money, Papa did it during the war and they went out. I ain't turning into a sour old nag.
Strikes don't work.
Who told you?
Well, besides, that means not a nickel a week while we're out. And then when it's over, they don't take you back.
Suppose they don't. What's to lose?
Well, we're averaging $6-7 a week now.
This pays for the rent.
Well, that is something, Edna.
It isn't. They're gonna push you down to 3 or 4 a week before you know it. Then you'll say that's something too.
There's just too many damn cabs on the street. That's the whole damn trouble.
Just let the company worry about that, you big fool. If their cabs didn't make a profit, then they take them off the streets. Or maybe you think that they're in business just to pay Joe Mitchell's rent.
You don't know ABC, Edna.
I know this. I know your boss is making suckers out of you boys every minute, yes, and suckers out of all of the wise and innocent kids who will grow up with crooked spines and sick bones. Sure. I see it. I see it in the papers how good orange juice is for kids, but damn it, our kids get colds, one on top of the other. They look like little ghosts. You know, Betty never saw a grapefruit. I took her to the store last week, and she pointed to a stack of grapefruits and said, "What's that?" My God, Joe, the world is supposed to be for all of us. I don't care as long as I can maybe wake you up.
Stop insulting me. One man can't make a strike.
Who says one man? You've got hundreds in your rotten union.
The union ain't rotten.
No? Then what are they doing? Collecting dues and patting your back?
They're making plans.
Oh, what kind?
But they don't tell us.
It's too damn bad about you. They don't tell little Joey what's happening in this bitsy-witsy union. What do you think this is, a ping pong game?
Guys at the top are racketeers. They would shoot you for a nickel.
Then why do you stand for that stuff?
Do you want to see me alive?
No. I don't think I do, Joe. Not even lift a finger to do something about it, and don't. No. I don't care. And any other happy that won't fight, let them all be grounded hamburgers.
There's one thing just...
You take your hand away.
Only they don't grind me to little pieces. I've got different plans.
Where are you going?
None of your business.
What's up your sleeve?
My arm would be up my sleeve, darling, if I had a sleeve to wear.
Tell me!
Tell you what?
Where are you going?
Don't you remember my old boyfriend?
Who?
Bud Hass. He still has my picture in his watch and he earns a living.
What the hell are you talking about?
I've heard worse than what I'm talking about.
Have you seen Bud since we got married?
Maybe.
If I thought...
You seen much? Listen, boyfriend, if you think that I won't do this, that just means that you can't see straight.
Stop talking bull!
This isn't 5 years ago, Joe!
You mean you leave me and the kids?
I leave you like a shot!
No!
Yes!
I guess I don't have a leg to stand on.
No?
No, you lousy talk, no! Why don't you get the hell out of here and pick up that bull thrower in the corner and stay in some cushy hotel downtown? He's probably coming every morning and laying in line, hanging my guts out.
You are crawling like a worm.
You're gonna be crawling in a minute.
You don't scare me that much.
So this is what I slaved for.
Tell it to your boss!
He don't give a damn for you or me.
That's what I say.
Don't change the subject, Edna.
What? This is the subject. This is the subject, the exact subject. Your boss makes this subject. I've never met the man in my life and he's putting ideas in my head a mile a minute. He's giving your kids that fancy disease called the rickets. He's making a jellyfish out of you and putting wrinkles in my face. This is the subject every inch of the way. He is throwing me into Bud Hass's lap. When will you get wise?
I'm not so dumb as you think. You're starting to sound like Red.
I don't know what that means, but when a man knocks you down, you get up and kiss his fist, you gutless piece of baloney.
One man can't strike.
Who says one man? I don't say one man, I say 100, 1,000, a million, I say. But start in your own union. Get those hack boys together and sweep those racketeers out like a pile of dirt. Stand up like men and fight for the crying kids and wives. I am tired of slavery and sleepless nights.
Sure. Sure.
Yes?
Yes.
Yes? Yes! Get brass toes on your shoes and know where to kick.
Okay, listen, Edna. I'm gonna go to 174th Street and look up Lefty Costello. Lefty was saying the other day that what about this Haas guy?
Oh, just get out of here.
I made it. Listen, I left those new dish towels there and light bulbs, if you want them.
I don't need them.
Well, I will donate them to the apartment. Oh, and here's the key. I'll leave it there on the table. Will you give it to the super? And I guess you better have him lock the store again.
I think I'll wait and see who moves in. There might be some group.
Oh yeah, I hope so. Well, let's don't have a big goodbye or anything. I'll be seeing you.
Oh, can't you wait a minute?
Well, once I'm going somewhere, I like to get going, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm the same way. I was just gonna make myself a corned beef sandwich on rye. You want one?
But once I'm going somewhere, I like to be going. Unless someone offers me a corned beef sandwich on rye.
You want beer?
Candles are still lit.
I know, I'm very religious.
Where's Mama?
She went home.
Oh, I didn't hear her leave. What was the verdict?
She accepted my Declaration of Independence.
You're kidding.
I earned it, Kerry. Put up a great battle.
Well, maybe she should have won. I mean, maybe you would be better off at home.
It's a switch.
I've been thinking about it.
Come on, girl. It took me all day and 3 pints of blood to convince my mother to make it start on you.
I like to have things done for me.
Give up the problem and play it. You can play. Come on, mustard.
I don't care. So what do you think of Ralph?
Where are you?
I'm on the sofa.
I couldn't figure where your voice was coming.
We all said before.
I wasn't concentrating. I thought you seemed very nice.
Who?
Ralph.
I can tell you didn't like him. You were a little uptight when he was here.
It's a little uptight when there's more than one person in the room. I gotta figure out who's talking and if they're talking to me.
I guess you didn't like him because he was rude.
Was he rude?
Well, you know, putting down Scarsdale like that to your mother.
That was an accident. He didn't know she was in Scarsdale. I'm sorry you think he's rude.
I don't think he's rude.
You said it, not me. Or was there someone else in here?
I know he comes off as a little conceited.
Tell me something, Jill. Do you like Ralph?
What kind of a question is that? I'm moving in with him, aren't I? Why would I move in with a guy I didn't like?
That was my next question.
I better be going.
Come to think of it, I guess I don't like Ralph.
I knew it all along, but why?
Well, like you said, he's rude and conceited.
But I've been trying to tell you he's not like that. I knew that's what you thought, but he's not at all conceited.
Yeah. Thanks a lot for making me feel his face.
Well, I thought you might like him better if you knew what he looked like. He's got a good face.
To look at, maybe, but it doesn't come across that way with the touch.
Well, I'm sorry about that. I hoped we could all be friends, so I better get going.
You want to know something, Jill? I'm going to tell you something. You don't like Ralph.
God, I have 2 suitcases that are packed and sitting right here so I can move in with him.
You could have 13 trunks. You don't like him.
Well, you really are too much. You think just because you're blind you can see everything?
That's right. That 6th sense we've all got is telling me that you don't like Ralph Austin. How about it? Spooky, isn't it?
No, it's just stupid. I have 2 bags that are packed and sitting right here.
Tell me, Joe, with Ralph, is it like the 4th of July and like Christmas?
Well, not exactly. But he has a kind of strength. With him, it's more like labor.
Do you think he's a beautiful person too?
In many ways, yes.
Has he got charisma?
Definitely.
Then I'm selling mine.
Well, you better hurry. It's been known to fade away.
Do you love him?
Why should I answer that? No matter what I say, you've already made up your own mind.
Go ahead, answer the question. Do you love him?
Yes, in my way.
This morning you told me you can never love anyone.
Well, that was this morning. Am I allowed to change my mind, or has my first statement already been passed into law by Congress?
Look, I'm not the worldliest human being around the block, but I know that when someone's rushing into the arms of the man they love, they don't stop for a corned beef sandwich on rye.
Which shows how little you know me. Some people wear their hearts on their sleeves, and I wear my appetite.
Was it something my mother said?
Was what something your mother said?
The reason you're leaving, the reason you didn't come to dinner, was it something she said?
Well, you don't even listen to your mother. Why should I?
Then why are you leaving? You don't give me that crap about loving Ralph.
I'm leaving because I want to leave. I am free, and I go where I want to go.
I thought it might have something to do with me.
It has nothing whatsoever to do with you.
You're completely terrified of becoming involved, aren't you?
I don't want to get involved. I told you that.
Yeah, you told me. No commitments, no responsibility.
Yeah, I have to be able to get out if I get tired.
Tired of me?
Anybody.
What if I get tired of you?
Of me?
Doesn't anybody ever get tired of you?
Well, I don't hang around long enough to find out.
Yeah, with Ralph you could walk out anytime you wanted. It might be a little bit harder to walk out on a blind guy, right?
The blindness has nothing to do with it. Nothing.
No, you know goddamn well it does. You wouldn't feel a thing walking out on Ralph or Sebastian or Irving, but if you walked down a little Donnie Dark, you might hate yourself. And you wouldn't like that, would you? Love me or hate me, but don't stay because I'm blind, and don't leave because I'm blind.
Who are Sebastian and Irving?
Nobody, I made them up.
Well, sometimes I don't understand you. We don't think alike, and I would only hurt you sooner or later, and I don't want to hurt you.
Why not? You do it to everybody else. Why do I get special treatment?
I don't want to be another Linda Fletcher. She hurt you, didn't she?
Oh, me too. She was there when I needed her.
Well, I can't promise that! I don't know where I'll be when you need me!
You need me a hell of a lot more than I do.
I don't need anybody. I never did, and I never will. I have to go now.
I'm glad you said have to and not want to.
Boy, I finally said something right. I'll be seeing you.
Yeah, I'll be seeing you. I'll think about you for years, and I wonder if you were made a commitment, if you ever got involved.
I hope not.
No, don't worry. It won't happen. Just you're emotionally retarded. Did you know that? That's why you couldn't face marriage. That's why you can't face anything permanent. Anything real. You're leaving now because you're afraid you might fall in love with me, and you're too adolescent for that responsibility. And you're going to stay that way. God, I feel sorry for you. You're crippled. I'd rather be blind. Who is it? Who's there?
The news is good. It's not your mother.
What are you doing?
What are you doing on the floor?
I was about to have a picnic.
Sounds like a great idea.
Are you gonna make love to me or not? Are you gonna make love to me or not?
Come on. Just fell asleep. Turn the light off. What?
It's your turn to make love to me.
What the hell you want?
You owe me 2 already.
How do you think I owe you 2?
Last Wednesday and the Friday before when Ron stayed over and you didn't want to make any noise.
Okay, 3. Then leave me alone. I'm good for it.
Johnny.
I'm not in the mood now.
Okay. If you don't want to, I don't want to make you do anything you don't want to do. Don't you ever touch me again.
Put the cigarette out and go to sleep.
I can't sleep when I'm like this.
It's in your mind.
It is not. I feel sexy.
It's just nerves. Have a sandwich. Well, cut it out. Cut it out in the morning.
I am not interested in the morning. It's not romantic in the morning. It's romantic now.
To me, it's work.
Johnny, when I owe you, you pick the time. But you owe me and I pick now.
Are you kidding? I never pick the time. Last night, when we were driving home from Jersey, I offered to pull off the Pulaski Skyway and get something going, and you said no.
I am a married woman with 2 children. I'm not going to make love in the backseat of a Volkswagen.
Don't complain to me anymore about a lack of variety.
Johnny, it is Saturday night. Okay, we haven't made love in 10 days. And we both worked very hard to make love at least twice a week. And if we don't tonight, there's going to be a lot of pressure on us to catch up.
Mom, I had an unusually upsetting week. Busy at a meeting on Wednesday. Didn't want to go out tonight because it was too hot and I felt flushed at the party and I'm physically and emotionally exhausted.
You know what? You need to sound just like my mother complaining to my father.
Oh yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you begin to sound like my father making sexual demands on my mother.
Well, that's all right with me if he's the sexy one in your family.
I'm sexier than you will ever be.
You're working it.
If you didn't nag me about it, maybe I wouldn't.
Nag? Nag? I have done everything but nag. I have suggested, implied, brushed against you while passing, worn provocative nightgowns, perfumed my underwear. I have tried every subtle way to reach you, except showing stag films.
Well, I get the feeling you're trying to make my virility look impotent.
Oh, when did that feeling first hit you?
The day I married you. I was dynamite with other women.
Oh, sure. They were lucky just to be there with the world's championship record holder in 3-second intercourse.
Of all the women in the world, I had to marry an equal time orgasm fanatic. You meet a couple of ladies from demos, now all you know is me too, me too.
And why not me too?
Look, stop trying to castrate me. There's too much man here. You and your me toos. Your cockamamie career. Me and the children aren't enough for you. No, you need creative fulfillment to give meaning to your existence. You know, we could have managed very well on one salary.
So quit your job.
You really want to take over, don't you? Now, don't think I haven't noticed your new wardrobe with the pants and the suits and butch haircut.
Butch? I am more feminine than you will ever be.
You want to know how feminine you are? Whenever we go out, I light your cigarette. I hold your chair. I rise for you when you come back from the little girl's room so you can go, waiter, check! That's feminine. Then I look for a cab in a snowstorm while you stand under an awning because your feet are cold and you don't want to get your hair wet. But if I would get a cab in 2 minutes, you would run out in the middle of the street and yell, taxi! Whenever I try to treat you like a lady, you respond like Rocky Graziano.
Well, shit, Johnny. All I want is a little tenderness.
Oh, look who wants tenderness, Miss Locker Room Mouth. You know, you better decide whether you want to be a man or a woman and then talk tenderness to me. You understand, Wilma? Or is it Willie?
I'll tell you what. You decide what you want to be, and I'll just be what's left over. What? You think you're so masculine because whenever we have a problem, you roll over and go to sleep? Or you try to act rough with me, or you go out and get drunk with the boys? Huh? Well, I got a flash for you. Those tough Marine drill sergeants are the biggest fags in the world.
Watch what you say about the Corps.
Okay. They're the biggest latent fags. No, they're not real men. No. A real man is warm and sweet and gentle and kind and understanding and loving.
Yeah, and what's a woman?
Well, a woman is strong and brave
And what?
well, a woman should be strong and brave in certain situations, like when her husband's rough with her, then she's got to be rough with him. But otherwise, a woman should be worshipped and admired and put up on a pedestal. But she should have the freedom to come down off the pedestal because a woman is independent. But then she can get back up on the pedestal because a woman is not a slave anymore and she wants to be taken care of.
Excuse me. Is that taken care of up on the pedestal or down off the pedestal?
I don't know what a woman is, John, okay? I don't even see the difference between us anymore.
Okay. Listen, I'll tell you what I'll do for you. Next week for your birthday, I'll take you down for some hormone shots.
What you need is a major transplant.
You want to know why you're so confused? Because you forgot who I am and who you are. I'm the man and the man is the boss. You're just the woman. Now you said so yourself when we got married.
Oh, I was just humoring you. I said if it was so important that I would let you be the boss.
Let me be the boss. I am the boss.
Oh, don't be stupid. Now there is no boss.
I'm the boss and you know it.
boss, and that's final. I don't want to hear another word about it. We're equals.
We're equals?
Mm-hmm. Yes, we're equals.
Oh, okay. We're equals. Let's just go a couple rounds, equal. Come on.
Let me go.
Who's the boss?
Stop.
Let yourself go. You're my equal.
There is no boss.
I'm the boss and you know it.
No, I'm the boss.
Who's the boss?
Stop it. You're gonna wake the children. Who's the boss? You can torture me, but I won't say it.
Who's the boss?
You are.
Who won?
You did. Shithead!
Well, that doesn't bother me because the fight's over and I won and I'm the boss. Well, you be a good little loser. Let's go to sleep. Good night, loser.
Excuse me, I'm sleeping on the couch.
I'm not happy, John. Say you're sorry. Get your ass in here!
Okay, I'll sleep in here. But as far as I'm concerned, we're estranged. So you can just forget that we're married. Because I don't want to know you, and I don't want to speak to you. Really bothers you, doesn't it? You waited 30 years to find the right girl to withdraw from. You know what your problem really is? The only woman you ever loved is your mother.
Watch it, Wilma.
It's true. But it seems to me if you're so frightened of being castrated, you should just go to the original source of your fear and work it out with her. And then you and your father should go pay a special visit to your grandmother. But don't bring me your old problems. Boy, I am sick and tired of being the well-adjusted one around here. I don't think that transplant would take.
All right, that's it. That's it. It's all over, Wilma. You blew it. You blew it. You want to know why? Because you're sick. With your Reader's Digest psychology, you're a real sicko.
Where do you think you're going?
Away from your mouth.
Oh, no, you don't.
Keep away from it.
John!
Keep away from it.
Please! Was it something I said? Johnny, please, let's work this out. I'm upset.
Don't come with your little girl like you know you're a rock.
Get out of my house.
Get out! Don't worry, Give me some money.
What? You're not getting it. You had $40 on you today.
I paid for the food.
Oh, you're supposed to pay for the food.
I don't care.
I didn't even want to have sex tonight. I just wanted you to take me in your arms and hold me. But you're just a big bully. Why couldn't you just take me in your arms and hold me?
Why'd you let Neil Fragmans look up your dress?
What?
You let Neil Fragmans look up your dress. At Dick and Saunders' house, you let Neil Fragmans look up your dress.
No, I didn't.
But don't tell me you didn't. I mean, all evening long you were sitting like this. Neil Fragmans looked right up your dress.
I don't even know who Neil Fragmans is.
Oh, he was sitting right across from you, but like a little to the right, and then you shifted your weight, and then he shifted his. And from where I was, I could see Giordano, so he must have seen a lot more than that.
You're imagining that.
Don't tell me I'm imagining that. Because when he got to go to the John, he asked Mark Cosgrove to watch his seat.
John, I'm sorry, okay? I didn't realize. I always wear a panty slip so nobody can see me.
If you want everyone to see your pants,
No.
then keep your legs crossed.
All right.
My biggest account. For 2 years I've been busting my ass for them and they turn around and give it to someone else. My biggest account.
What are you talking about?
I lost Xerox.
John, no.
I spent $300 alone on the lunches for the purchasing agent and he turns around and he knifes me.
I'm so sorry, I didn't know.
It's not even the money I care about. Something bigger than that. If I can't be the best in aluminum tubing, then I don't want it. But you want me to have sex with you? I'm lucky I can stand up right now. You'll never really know what it's like to be a man. I mean, sure, you work too, but you're also a wife and a mother, so anything else you do is gravy. And nobody's pointing the finger at you, but the whole world is standing around just waiting for you to fall on my ass, and you go to a party and you sit like this.
Johnny, I'm sorry.
Makes me feel like nothing. Like a blob. Hey, she's married to that big schmuck that just lost Xerox. You used to take care of me. Used to make me Valentines. Used to make me dads. You loved it. You gave me ammunition to go out there and be a man, and now I gotta do it all by myself. It's hard, Loma. Real hard.
Johnny, I'm sorry. I'll try to be more sensitive. I had no idea that your sex drive was so dependent on your sales volume. I want to be more understanding, John, but you frighten me. You say, oh, you're not feminine. But I am feminine, John. I am. Aren't I?
Just keep your legs crossed.
Johnny, I love you. Do you forgive me? Please forgive me.
You called me a shithead.
I was upset. Please forgive me.
Who's the man?
You are.
And who's the woman?
Me.
And who's the boss?
I really think you should give that up. That is a very baby thing, John.
Come on! Ever since the beginning of time, the woman has stayed home with their children and her chores, and the man has gone out and contended with the elements and hunted buffalo. I mean, he would bring home the buffalo, she would prepare it. That's the way it's always been.
John, I hate to break this to you, but the buffalo are gone. But there are no more buffalo.
I don't mind that you're smarter than me about certain things. And that you make wittier remarks, and every now and then you have more imagination. But if you want to be my friend and you want to have a happy marriage, then you have to acknowledge that the man is the stronger one. Woman, you have to surrender to me. I'll be the king of the jungle, but as king, I will rule tenderly, but I can't rule tenderly unless you first surrender to me.
Okay, I surrender. Now make up with me.
Isn't he adorable? Look at that $1 million face. He's like big, strong, teddy bear king, what I was. And I'm your little sweater. What's yours?
Okay.
Give a woof. Come on, give a woof. Does he woof me? Oh, I woof you. And kiss me like the bears do.
Are you gonna let me surrender to you or not?